Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. We're going to take a quick look and give you my first impressions on the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory pinball machine from Jersey Jack Pinball, which was unveiled today. So let's get into it here. It looks like we have three editions, three models. There's the standard model. If this was a Stern game, that would be the Pro model. The limited edition, which would be the Premium. And then the collector's edition, which would be the collector's edition, limited edition Stern. So as you can see, they all look very nice. I think they all look very pretty. Jersey Jack does a good job with pretty much almost everything they do, except from price. But they've actually fixed that too. We'll get into that in a minute. But as you can take a look at, you can see that this is the Pro model, the standard edition. It just has kind of a plain side, and it doesn't have any powder coating. The Premium or limited edition will have the blue powder coated rails and armor and stuff, and you can see it has a decent, it's a little picture of Gene Wilder on the side. And then the collector's edition is in a red powder coat, obviously, and it has a more elaborate picture of Gene Wilder. It looks okay. I mean, nothing, this is kind of a little plain. I don't like the contrast difference between the side and the front, but it probably doesn't look that bad in real life. There is one more thing that they did announce is they did announce that the standard edition or Pro edition would actually be a reduced price, which is great news. It's something I've been asking for a long time as an operator, because their entry-level model is just a little too high for us. And now it kind of brings it down to like that Stern Premium pricing. It's about $7,500, which isn't too bad. They do, what they've done is they removed one of the features. It's not really that necessary of a feature. We'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, so it's looking so, it looks good so far. I did watch a little bit of the gameplay. It's not too bad. Let's take a look at the play field here. As you can see, let me see if I can fit all in there. You can see it's a standard body. It's not a wide body game. It has 4 flippers. We have one tucked up into here, and then another one down here. And it has an everlasting gobstopper. It's got the TV, the Shrinka Wonka Vision thing, and then back here is gosh, what they call this, the Wonkavator, I believe. That's the feature back here. This shoots the ball up here, kind of like Bonsai Run, a little bit of a throwback. This game is designed by Pat Lawler, the king. Besides Steve Ritchie, he's the king of flow, but Pat Lawler is pretty much the king of sales, if you had to say anything about him. He's the designer of Addams Family, Twilight Zone. I mean, just, hit games. And this is his really, he did one other game with Jersey Jack. It was called Dialed In. It was kind of an off-the-wall kind of original theme, and this is his first, themed licensed game, which is definitely an improvement. Tucked underneath here, you'll see that there's pretty much an arrangement of 3 pop bumpers, pretty standard. This is actually a big LCD panel up here for the Wonka Vision. It looks pretty cool. It has your standard Jersey Jack affair with, all color-changing LED lights. The quality level's higher. So, I mean, it is a very competitive price point now for us, and I do really welcome that. So my impressions of that are fairly good. I kind of get a Wizard of Oz vibe off of this, just because of the kitty theme, and it's just kind of, it's fun. So, yeah, it isn't too, I mean, it has a couple, there's a couple of shots that go around these orbits here, that go around like so. It seemed like it was a pretty good shooter. I actually did watch the stream. It has a physical kickback right here, which that was kind of cut out of Stern's Black Knight game. And yeah, it looks pretty good. My first impressions are, it's a solid. It looks solid. Is it the greatest game-changing thing of all time, as some podcasts would like to say? Maybe. I did take a look at, here's a look at the play field. The animations, I wasn't too, if I had any negatives to say about it, It has this static kind of animation of the factory, which is kind of corny on the screen. But other than that, it's very minor complaint. I mean, you really don't look at the screen anyway when you're playing. Most of everything you look at is done on the playfield, so I'm not really big on. I don't really complain too much if the animation's on the screen. I think it's pretty good for most things. It's just I don't. It just seemed kind of weird to me. Yeah, maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe it looks better in person. I don't know. You can see it has all the licensed characters and sound effects from the movie. It has all that good stuff. So yeah, you can hear another look at. There is actually a magnet back here, that kind of a la Twilight Zone that grabs the ball before it goes to this flipper. Nice little touch. And then there's this is a portion of the gobstopper. See if we can get that right there. You hit the gobstopper, and then this little thing will open up, and you can put balls under the playfield, which is neat. In the stream, I did notice that the motor that drives the thing was kind of loud. I don't know if that was just because of the microphone they had. Here's a better look at it. See, you can hit this little target here, and it opens up a hole. You can shoot and lock balls in there. I mean, all that stuff is very welcome, very nice. So it looks pretty solid to me. The price point is good. So I don't have anything bad to say about it for the most part. I mean, the animation, just that one static animation looked it reminded me of like Oktoberfest, where they have that static animation with people walking around in the background. But I mean, the actual, the animations with the text and everything are very good. It's very Jersey Jack. They have the most top-notch animations of text and multi-ball and all that other stuff. So here's another look at WonkaVision. They have a little Wonka sign here. Oh, excuse me, I'm very tired. Here's that animation. They just have this kind of static thing. It gives you all this information. I don't know if that's necessary. I kind of, you see the little Oompa Loompas walking around in the background. It's okay. Maybe other stuff happens there. I just haven't seen it. So I'm not really gonna drag on it too much. I mean, if I had to complain about something, that would be about it. It was really stretched to find that. So as you can see, a nice little touch with the Jersey Jack logo imprinted on the flippers. Just the little things like that. And then here's another look at the standard model. Is this a little bit of a contrast between the sides? I guess as an operator model, I guess it doesn't really matter what's on the side. I would have preferred something like this for the Operator Pro Edition, but with a little bit more. Like I said, minor complaints though. They're actually going to limit the limited edition this time, they say. So let's see if that sticks. Here's a close-up look at the Wonkavator. I mean, the presentation that Jersey Jack gave was very, very professional, very good. It was a step beyond what they did for Pirates. No talking, no bull baloney. I mean, there's a little bit of chit chat, but it wasn't a big speech and all this crap that went on forever. It was right to the point. Very, nice little stage show they had. The live stream was very well done. I mean, props to the Buffalo Pinball guys. They did a great job. I can't say a thing. I mean, it's very nice. So, it's definitely if this doesn't do well, it isn't the marketing's fault. And they actually are limiting the limited editions. So we'll see if they stick to that. They have a habit of not doing that. But so that's it for the most part. These are my initial impressions of it. I would say it's pretty darn good. Will we buy one? That remains to be seen. But I'd like to know what your thoughts are. If you think this is the greatest game ever, is it a Stern killer? I mean, it has a chance. I mean, this is their big shot. The only thing is, can they get them produced in time? Can the factory actually keep up with demand? Can they get them out, before the end of the year? That's what remains to be seen. If they can do that, I think they're going to be okay. So I'd like to know what you have to say about it. Leave your comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching.